Hello, Bwana Barizeno. Greetings to you all. Welcome again. We are back to back, no rest. So thank you so much for finding time always to come and watch my videos. Welcome everyone. Each day we have new members. Thank you so much, my subscribers. May God be with you always. It is an honor. I don't take you for granted. So we are back again. Today we are going to check on D Mwango. There's a video or a live stream which she made. The question was, why do you love me? What makes you love me? So we are going to check some of the things which are making her subscribers to love her, because we are going to check some people are giving their opinion. Like many times you give opinion in my you put opinions in the comment section. So today also we are going to check, why do these people love this girl so much? Even her, she want to know when she leaves this world, what are the things which people will talk about her, or what has made people love her this much. So we are going to check that. And again, she brought us the uncle to dance for us, to dance and give us some dance moves on the floor, dance moves. You see now, don't forget, this person who is dancing, giving us dance move. This is the person who is working at the villa. This was the person who was, I think he was the one who was left in charge. You see someone dancing like this midday. This is someone who was supposed to take care of the fish pond. This is the person who was supposed to take care of the villa. And you can see the way he's dancing. He's just on his own world. So Dee brought the uncle to show us how they can also sometimes dance. Anyway, we are going to check on how these people are responding to this issue of what makes you love me so much. Others were saying, because you are so humble. You are so humble. Others were saying you are a go-getter. Others are saying you are someone who maybe you don't copy other people. And she said, I don't copy. You are authentic. So they had so much, a lot to talk about her. But now, what do you think? Do you think she's humble? My people, do you think she's humble as she claims to be, or as her people are trying to bring it out here? Is she humble? Is she authentic? The other day, African Tigress came out here and said she's been copying her. And when the video was put out there, the thumbnail, of course, yes, we saw it. It was a copy and paste. And this is someone who is authentic, doing her own thing. She doesn't copy anyone. She's on her own lane. She doesn't compete with anyone. You see how people can twist issues. So this girl, whatever she does, she thinks she's the best. Anyway, in life, you should also believe in yourself, whatever you're doing, but you don't put yourself up to the extent of saying, no, me, I'm just different. Different, and things are coming out here. We are seeing the way you are copying people, the way you behave to people. Some are telling her you are very innocent, you are very respectful, you see such kind of things. You hear them, you say, what is happening? Sometimes in life, or in this thing, the work we are doing, like now, me, like in my platform, there are things which I can do, because I'm not perfect, but you as my subscribers and the people who believe in me, sometimes it's good to correct someone. Because now, if you put a lot of praise, that makes someone to relax and maybe think everything is okay. Sometimes you have to put me on check. You have to put me on check. Like the video which I made yesterday, I was put on check. Many people didn't agree with what I said. Yes, that is why we are here. Many people. There are some who agreed with what I said, some didn't. So I think that is very nice, because that makes me go back to the drawing board. What was it? Did I rush in making this video, or did I just made it because that is how I felt? Sometimes that is how I felt, and maybe you feel differently. That is why we are here, to agree and disagree. But in a case whereby you are just being praised, you can't just be praising someone, because even if you have a small child and you keep on praising the baby, the child makes them be that tough-headed. They cannot even know where they are doing wrong. That is why you can even find a small child slapping someone on the road, because he's used to being praised. Whatever he or she does is perfect. So as I see this, and this one has made even more sense to be who he is today, because the subscribers and the supporters whom they have, they are people who just follow. They're just yes people. So yes in life is not good. Anything which someone does, like now here we are, I cannot be perfect. Why would I be perfect? So like these people, you saw the word flopped in Mura sense, because people never always praise him. And that's why you see Mura, whenever he sits down in his live stream, he feels like now he's the king, King Herod. He can even tell people not to go to church and survive. He could not survive. You tell the children of God, don't take this tithe. And you are sitting on your throne because he doesn't know what the Bible says. Otherwise, there are things you don't need to just maybe say. So in this case, that is for another day. In this case, I had these people just supporting her, praising her, not pointing, because the areas which these people were pointing, like in the area, some ask her, when are you getting maybe children, because at 35, maybe it might be hard. So in such a case, when she was asked that, you see her expression now. They don't want to be told anything because they are used to, when one is used to being praised, you put a negative thing, maybe something which is true and something which she needs to adapt, makes her feel like now she's offended. Now these are the truth which people are telling her, but they don't want, because they are used to being pampered, praised. So we are going to check all that. And again, that issue, there's so many issues now which we are going to check, but I will not touch everything, because the live stream, when live stream is made, it is like 2 hours. So if I add plus, mine will be like 3 hours. Will you sit here for 3 hours to watch that video? No. We are just going to jump and check the areas which we need to maybe talk about, and then we see what we can get from there. And then another video, there's a part which also we are going to check on the video where Uncle Mo and her, when they were now trying to maybe congrats how to drive. And I wonder why Congrats mom is now pretending not to know how to drive. Do you remember that time when she came back after driving? Because that day they were driving and she was on the wheel with David Jr. The following day, the hand was broken. Can't you remember that video? So who was driving there? She was on the road. We saw her driving, but after that, after seeing her driving, the following day, it was an accident. Because I thought maybe this accident, was it because of the car? But it was not that case. It was something else. So now, she's here now behaving like she doesn't know anything. So I don't know what is happening. And the trainers, the teachers, no, one cannot be taught with two people shouting. They confuse you more. So I don't think this is the way of, maybe if a Congrats mom want to drive this car, which Dean bought for her, she should go to driving school. Because she cannot think of what her Uncle Mo is telling her. This shouting on this side, Uncle Mo shouting on this side. You can never be on the right track. That is why maybe Congrats mom was just silent, because you cannot. The mind cannot take all that noise. Otherwise, she should go to driving school. Will not take her long. But because now you saw Dee behaving like she's now she's a pro now. Anyway, let's start with how Dee was being praised, and then we check what we can get there. Yeah.
Amnyoli, that is it. Somebody says, you were my teacher back in Kiburanga Primary School. Them days back, Dee. Oh, Dr. Prince Odik. It's so true. For those who don't know, I've taught a lot of kids, in this country. Before joining my university, I was teaching this particular school. When you're just waiting for your results and you're just about to join university, I was doing a little bit of hassles in the village. So Dr. Prince Odinga was one of my pupils because it was a small little primary school that time, because even getting employment even that one I just got it by chance, because the teacher there was the headmistress there was my mother's friend. Sad, she actually passed on, but she was so good. She was a very close friend to me, and to my family, so at least I got a job there. And they used to pay me, I think that was $35 a month. Later, you remember? 4,000 Kenyan shillings. I used to be paid 4,000 Kenyan shillings. That is like $35 a month. I've come from far. Dr. Prince Odinga, which class were you? Remind me, and what was I teaching you? Remind me. But for sure, God has been faithful, being here as well, How long was that? That was like 10 years ago, like 2015, right? So I finished my high school in 2015. Then I was teaching a primary school nearby in the village just to keep me busy, because like you couldn't do anything rather than looking for employment. So this life,
So guys, we are going to start from there because now Dee used to be maybe a teacher, because now after high school, she resorted in teaching because that happens quite many times here in Kenya. When you finish maybe Form 4 high school, you need to hold on something before you go to university. So now Dee has always come here to tell people how young she is. And you know the Odinga whom we know is the one who is dancing always on his channel. So that is the Prince Odinga. He is a teacher then, and you can see Odinga now. You can see the age of Odinga. But then we want to calculate these years because sometimes we have to get it right. So from 0 to Form 4 in Kenya, how old D was then? Because it was maybe like 18 years old. 18 years old, maybe if she didn't repeat class, because normally people repeat classes. People repeat classes, especially those people who are in the rural areas. And sometimes they don't even know the age which they are starting school. Because you see these videos while teaching in those first videos, while she was teaching, you see someone who is like now on her 20s. Then if you see that video, those videos. So now it's talking about 2015. She was a teacher already. So you want to tell me if she's still in her early 20s, add 2015 up to 20, or add more 10 years on that. That will be like now, if she had finished high school 20 years maybe, that would be like 30 something, 30 years or 30 something. That is why when we come here and refute what she always come here and tell us she's not in her 20s, that now she has proved it on herself, because you cannot never be, or you can never finish high school maybe when you are 15 years. Add the years which maybe she had finished, maybe she repeated class, there are some classes which maybe she repeated which we can't tell, and then you add, and then she finishes high school maybe 20 years or 21 or 19. Add more 10 more years now, because we are in 2025. You get the years of D Mango instead of coming here all the time. So I'm still in my early 20s. Yeah, so that is D Mango. So anyway, let's just continue, because that is how we started our reaction, and we are going to get more because we are on this issue of her live stream.
What do you guys like more about me? Let me know. What you like about me? Today I just want to hear, Sometimes it's good for people to let you know what they like about you, what they find unique about you in this life, because sometimes you never know, because I know I have a great family, a huge family, and I know a lot of you guys, you subscribed or you watch my videos for a specific reason. Today, let me get to know some of the reasons as to why. You really like Dee Mwango. You subscribe to her channel, you watch her videos. Every day you're like, has Dee uploaded anything? Has Dee said anything? Where is she? Today I want to know. So Shanette Brooks, fun person, you are brave. I think that's a personality of being a Leo. Who is a Leo in the building? Let me know if you're a Leo. For me, I thank God that I'm a Leo, and a real true Leo. I portray all characteristics of a Leo. We are really fearless because I'm a lioness. I'm a lioness. So being a lioness, you know what? We and our lions, the kings of the jungle, we take over. Like, that's how life is like. So I look at it at that point, like I was meant to be this lioness. I shouldn't let fear put me aside. I mean, being brave is exactly what I was meant to be, because if you're scared, you're not brave enough to take a step, I mean, you'll always be behind. Always. So I'd rather be brave, take a step, take a risk, and all that, and keep moving forward.
So you had your empress saying that she's a Leo, that is why she's brave. And, there are different braveness. You can be brave because, there are some people who are brave, but then they step on others. because there's two different braveness: brave and doing your own things, and brave and by stepping on others. You don't care. Yours is just because you are a go-getter, you just go and get it. Whether you are making other people to feel bad, you don't care. So people should understand this issue maybe properly, because someone can say, me, I'm a go-getter, and I'm so brave. And even at workplaces, you find people who don't care. They don't mind about others so long as they are getting it. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, because you always you also have to think about the rest. You think about the others, don't think about you yourself, because now, according to her, she is a go-getter, she is brave, she is a Leo, she's the lioness in the jungle, because they rule the jungle, because she doesn't care. Even in her career, she can even step on you. She can step on you and just move ahead, because she want to get what she want. Being a go-getter, or maybe you want to maybe be someone who is let me say, someone who people look up to. Sometimes you don't grab everything for yourself. Sometimes you let others also enjoy what you are also enjoying. Like now, she's praising herself like this. I would prefer now, as she is now. She's traveled many countries. She's been out there. She should be now engaging or becoming close to others. Maybe I remember what the brother was doing in the village. Maybe trying to show others. Trying to show others how to go about their YouTube channel. Sometimes that is someone you can say, maybe someone who shares. No, you see, you share whatever you acquired or whatever you've known, because in life we need one another. So this one who is a go-getter, that is why I want you to see it in this angle where I'm seeing it. She is a go-getter, yes. So after getting, do you step on others to get what you, because you know how it is. Those people who understand what I'm trying to say. You can be a go-getter, okay, getting it in a good way, but not getting it on stepping on others, because you don't care about any other person. Whether someone is going to get hurt in this situation, yours is just to get it, because you just think about yourself. So there are some people out here who does like that. So because they are out here, they don't want to turn this way or that side. They just go for it. So go for it, but don't step on others. But I see this one, she steps on others. If people are coming out here, like now, African Tigress came and cried. She's taking her thumbnails and putting on her own thumbnail. That shows, because according to African Tigress, she did do it once. This is someone who is a go-getter. This is someone who is fearless, like now she's talking about, because she doesn't care where she's going to get this, whether it's going to hurt someone else, she's going to get it anyway. So there can be a go-getter in a good way and a go-getter stepping on others. So this one of hers, I can say, she's so aggressive. She doesn't care whether she's going to hurt others and get what she wants. She will always do it. So that is this one. That is why you always see her when she talks. She doesn't have that calmness in her. She doesn't have that lady calmness. No, sometimes you have to behave like a lady. You have to be calm. But with her, that fearless thing which she has makes her bring that in her, which is not good. Sometimes you have, whether you are getting or whether you've traveled, whether you've done what, sometimes you have to at least go down a bit slow, so that maybe you bring that inner beauty. Sometimes there's that inner beauty. You don't just bring your nail, it's not good. So that is what I see in her. Let's get another one, because today we want to know, why do her people love her?
I love you, Dee, because you're fierce, yeah. Very aggressive, competitive, and result-oriented girl. Honestly, I never compete with nobody. Competition, I don't know. But it depends how you see competition, but I'm very aggressive in life to achieve my goals. When it comes to competition, it's always me versus me. I always ask myself, am I better than who I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, then that's all that means the world to me. Because when you stick on your own lane, there's normally no traffic, no pressure. So in this world that we live in, social media is full of so much. You could feel like you are not worth it on social media by watching how other people live their lives on social media. But I decide to live my life very authentic. It is what it is. Yes, guys, I'm back home, and I want to.
So Dee is sitting now there telling people that she's very authentic. She doesn't compete with anyone. This is a lady who has been competing with the others. That is why she does not get along with others. Because I remember there are times when she used to cry, oh, Wodemaya, leave me alone. It is because there was a bit of competition between her, Miss Trudy, and these others. So she cannot sit there and say, me, I don't compete with anyone. We are in a race. Me, even me, I cannot say I don't compete with anyone. I have to compete, because for the things to maybe for me to grow, or maybe for me to maybe be better in the work which I'm doing, I have to compete with others. Because if you're not competing with us and others, like now you've reached a certain level whereby you don't care anymore, you just do things because there's no competition. There must be a competition to make even the things which you are doing to be sweet. So she's sitting there telling people she does not compete with anybody. She's on her own lane, which the other day we saw the thumbnails which she took from this lady to her channel, and it is not once, it is not twice. People have talked about it, and now because she's so defensive, she always thinks whatever she does, she's better than anything. But she's very, 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 she's a copy and paste person. Remember when she's talking about me, I don't compete. Remember the bag which was they were given out there for maybe for trial, teddy bags. You remember? After doing her live and making this, showing people the bag, what happened? After African Tigress came out and showed the bag with style, she came again and made another. Is that not copying? Is that not competing? So don't sit there and try to talk. You know, if you talk a lot, as I've been saying, people who talk a lot, they forget the things which they say and they forget the things which they do. These are people, she's copying every now and then. And you see, we were shown all these things. And from the looks, you just saw it. Even the posing, she was posing like this. You just see this is coping. Because if it was her doing maybe the things which she does, there was no need of her coming again after showing the bag and try to show it again. That was like now, oh, I didn't do mine well. Let me go. After watching African Tigress, she came and copied. So that is not something she can sit there and say, oh, me, I don't copy. You do copy. And then you compete. So don't say you are authentic. You are not. Let people say you are authentic, but you don't use saying you are authentic. You are not. You are still far from being authentic.
The I like about you is that you don't respond to crap. You you don't mind people's business. You're a courageous lady and you're a very hardworking lady and honest. I think that's who I am because first of all, I find it really lowering myself when I get to address crap. More so people who are below me. I mean, why should I? Like I find it very logic if I address somebody who is above me so that I can also benefit something one or the other. But if you really not at the league or at the level, why should I? Like it's waste of time. Like really, like it's really lowering myself to address crap from someone who is not even on my league. Like why should I? Why should why should I don't do that.
So you heard Dim Wango saying she doesn't even maybe address people who talk crap about her. This is a total lie, because these people who are asking this question also, it's like now they have not been following Dee. These are people who pretend to be her subscribers. They don't know her. Huh? They don't know her because they are following her. Remember when I started saying praising someone without imagining correcting them and telling them what they do or what they don't do right. Like now, this one asking a question, telling Dee, I like you because you don't even respond to crap. This is a lady who always sit down and talk about people. Always on her live stream, this is what she always address daily. It is very rare for her not to talk about people. The brother, the same. All of them, when they sit down on their live stream, the live stream always full of drama. What are they talking about? Are they talking of growth? Have you ever maybe seen Dee Mwango coming with business idea, trying to train her people, trying to tell her people? I've never heard that. All she does is talk about people when she come on her live stream with gossiping with her subscribers. Now she's sitting there saying, no, me, I don't talk to people. I don't respond to people who are maybe of my class. Remember, there was a time also saying he doesn't talk to people who have less than maybe 300,000 subscribers. What did we see her maybe meeting or maybe dating? Atita, how many subscribers does Atita have? Because Dee always come here and talk things which I say, I've been coming and telling you here all the time. These people, you see someone who talks a lot, they forget what they say. The person whom she's dating, how many subscribers does she have? There was a time she's been saying this thing all over. I cannot lower myself and be with someone who is less than maybe 200 subscribers, 200,000, 300,000. You remember even the time when she was with Sean Arwa, they were driving to that, there's a river there. Those are the things which she was saying. She's above her level. Like now you are seeing her, and people are saying this an humble person. A humble person, they weigh their words before they bring it out here. We are all human beings here. Subscribers. Let me tell you, people don't measure people with subscribers. Because according to her, she measures people with subscribers. That is not what people are out here. Because you can have many subscribers because you are pushed with your brother. You climbed that ladder because of your brother. But that is not what people have. You only know what you have. You have many subscribers. So subscribers should not make you think maybe you cannot address Pamela or another person because they have less subscribers. So you measure people with what they have. This is a humble person. People are saying that. If you are humble, you will look at things differently. This one is talking about the money which she has acquired, which is in the bank. She's talking about maybe the subscribers which she has. So that makes her feel like now she's up here. And the country which she has traveled. You've traveled, you've not stayed in those countries. There are people who have been staying since birth, but they don't brag like that. You are passing. There's passing and staying. When you pass, you don't count like now that this is my country. No, no, no. You don't belong there. You are still a Kenyan. So even maybe this thing which you are saying now, you are above. You're not above. You're not above anything. We are all equal to this task. You are a human being, and you only have many subscribers. Does not make you unique. So this is what she doesn't understand. She thinks she's unique, she's okay, she's up there because she has many subscribers. That's why she cannot address people of maybe people who are below her. And all the times when she's on her life, that is what she preaches. And she talks about these people all the time. This is what they talk. As I said earlier, have you ever heard or seen her coming with ideas of helping her subscribers? When the subscribers come, maybe they want to ask, how can they start? How can they collaborate with her? She doesn't want. This is a go-getter. This is someone when they just want to shine. They don't want any other person next to them to shine. How many times has she come out and maybe refused maybe to collaborate with people because she says, I have a small circle. So always she's putting people aside. A good person, someone who has made it in life, as you say. And these are your subscribers, these are your people. When they come to you, maybe someone to see you. I'm saying you cannot see anybody, everyone, but when someone want to see you, you should always maybe have time for your people. You don't have time. You are just climbing. You are just looking at the price only. When at the time you are looking at the price, would you not advise others also to look at the price? When people ask you genuine questions, you dodge them and they make you angry. Is that how it is done? A successful person, so long as once you are successful, you'd always also want other people to be successful. So let's continue.
I like because you're a free spirit. You don't let others stop your dreams. You're very humble with others. You fit in anywhere you go. The laugh gets me all the time. That's from D Grant. Thank you so much. Yeah. One of the best things that I think have contributed of who I am is being a free spirit. You know what I mean? Free spirit, easy. We'll strike a conversation. We can laugh. We can, you know.
So now I believe people think differently and people look at things differently. That is why we are different. If someone can say D is a humble lady, then I think everybody is humble because this is a very arrogant person. So maybe some people, when they love you blindly. As I said earlier, always point things at people so that they can know where they can rectify. But when you keep on praising them, even where you know there are things which you know they are not. Like now, this one is saying this is humble. No, 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 she's not. This is a very arrogant person. The way she talks to people, the way she treats people. If few people you are forgetting, even when she at home, a humble person. Now you've made it out there. Have you ever seen D with any friend? No, nothing. Kaput only with her brother. The way she treated Nasto. just because of the video which Naso did. And how many videos has she been taking to people? Remember the other day when they were in the market, they filmed that lady who is selling fish, and the lady protested, and they never maybe deleted that video. The other day she filmed that man who is maybe has deformity. What did they do? Then the man didn't know, but they kept on filming him. Sorry. So this one you call an humble person. Do you know what humble mean? Someone who is humble. This one is so arrogant. She doesn't even know her boundaries, how to talk to people. She doesn't know even elderly. She does not know the way she throws her word. You call her humble because you want to please her. Pleasing people is not good in life. Always tell people the truth. Does not mean you don't love them. You love people, you correct them. You love Pamela, you correct me, you tell me, Pamela, here, no. I like that. That is what makes me grow, because we never started like this. You remember how we started. And now maybe the comments which I've been getting have made me to be who I am today. So it is always good to point where I'm not doing well. But when people are just praising you, that is spoiling your brand, and it's spoiling you, because you will think like now your head is like this, because people love you. People don't even say anything, because that is the reason why when you point anyone, maybe someone comes and maybe say something which is true to them, they become very hungry and they block you. That is what they do, because they are used to being pampered. eh?
Bravo, nzuri sana. Kwa nini? Uko na kicheko lakini ni furaha. Mambo iko swali. Nimejiona pale. Ningefanyaje? Nikasiriki nikilia.
Hapo sasa tukasiriki tukilia.
Lakini si ni furaha.
Ni furaha anko.
Nasikia msuri. Sangu na vigeregere.
Ni ukweli anko. Ni shangwe na vigeregere.
So you also that dancer. That dancer is Mura Senso's manager. That is a Mura Senso uncle who is taking care of the home, who is taking care of the horses, taking care of the fish pond. Look at him, the way he's dancing. He's very high at midday, very high. So, and you expect things to go well in that villa. So these are the kind of people who Mura left home. You see him, is the uncle. They cannot even tell him not to do anything because it's their uncle. So sometimes employing relatives, it can bring this. Look at this, it can turn to be like this. Now, this is their father. There's no way Mura Senso can push this father, who is used to his drinking skills, bringing it at home, because now this is the home which he is supposed to respect, because this is the boss's home. It doesn't matter whether he's your son or what, you're working for him. But look, the way he's maybe behaving, and he's supposed to be at work. He's on duty, as you see him, but very drunk, dancing. Do you feel like this one is okay? Laughing at him. He's looking at the things which this man is doing, bringing him on camera, showing the world, this is the manager, this is Mura Senso's manager. And you can imagine if such a person is the one who is managing your home. This is drama. So let's take let us go and check how Congrats Mom was being pushed to drive, because I remember the last time, as I said earlier, the last time when Congrats Mom had that maybe broken arm, Congrats Mom, a day before, the previous day, the lady was driving. She was with the Junior. Later on, the following day, that is when we got the news. Oh, Congrats Mom had an ABCD, but she was on the weed. But now, as we speak, Congrats Mom he's not getting it, because two people are on her head. The other one shouting on this hand, the other one is shouting on this head. Instead of taking their mother to driving school, now they want to push her. But normally we know when you are being pushed and people shout at you, you will lose control. You cannot even get it. So this is what is happening to Congrats Mom. Dee shouting on this side, Uncle Mo shouting on this hand. this side. So what can she take from this? Because this is why people are supposed to go to driving school. Because now, which one should she take now? Uncle Mo has been there with Congrats mom. If she knows to drive as she claimed to be, she should be the one now maybe training her, even the junior. But now he's shouting on this side. D now is behaving like a pro, shouting inside. You can't get it. Eh? You cannot. Let's have a look at that part.
Aya, let's go. Nyosha gari. Utagonga mti huko juu. Kuja chini. Good job, mama. Twende. Twende. Ngoja. Stop. Kuna kijiti hapo mbele. Toa hiyo kijiti. Sitaki kigore gari.
Kuja.
Enda hivi juu.
Kata pole.
Kwenda juu.
Wewe angalia juu, kata kidogo hivi. Hivyo. Hivi imetosha, release mafuta. Pole, kata
Pole.
Kata steering.
Kata. Asigonge kuni, kata brake.
Ameweka sana anaiga.
Arudi
reverse.
Okay. Endelea kukanyaga clutch, usitoe mguu kwa brakes. Eka hii reverse. Put it on reverse.
R.
Mama, you have to learn this thing.
R. Yes.
P means parking, R means reverse, N means neutral.
That is how the training went. You saw that. How many people can train you, Congrats mom? You cannot get it unless maybe Congrats mom goes to driving school. But if she's left with these two people, or maybe Uncle Mo and David Jr., they will confuse her more. I don't think that is how it's supposed to be. Anyway, it depends with one. If it were me, I cannot take it because I don't like people shouting. Maybe you let me do it slowly, but shouting, the other one shouting on this side, the other one shouting on this side, because Dee had to do this, showing people that I bought this car for my mother and she's never driven this car, which is true. People have been asking. The car was bought, still Congrats mom, always on the motorbike, going to school with the motorbike all the time. But anyway, so she wants her mother to know how to drive, but this is not the right way. Take your mother to driving school so that she can learn from there. One person to take care of her, not you shouting on this end, Uncle Mo shouting on this, and I don't think that is healthy for her also, because now you are confusing her more. Anyway, thank you so much. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much. May God bless you. May God be with you on this day and forever. Amen. See you again. Subscribe, share the video, and give me as many likes as possible. Donate the likes, please. Thank you, and see you again in my next video. Bye. God bless you.